Hello, and welcome back to the Quest for Completion Live Edition. We're on episode 14, and let me give you guys the stats and the goals. Last episode, we were doing Ultimate Defender, and we got literally everything done for it except for 3 achievements. Those are Transcendent Survivalist, Defense is the Best Offense, and I've got Monsters in my Pocket. So, that's what we're doing this episode. That means on the campaign, from Deeper Well all the way up until City in the Cliffs, we have to do survival on at least Nightmare Hardcore, although we'll be doing it on Ruthless because it's faster, up until wave 25. And that'll get us Transcendent Survivalist. On top of that, we have to do the same maps on Pure Strategy. Well, not the same maps, everything except for City in the Cliffs. So we have to do all of these maps on Pure Strategy on Medium or higher, so Ruthless. This is going to seem kind of weird, but I have been here for, I'm not kidding, like 2 hours. The waves on this map take 8 minutes, and I'm not even on the final wave. Like, what the hell is going on with ramparts? I know this is gonna, this is weird, right? I'm just interluding this at some point in the video, but like, dude, what the 455 seconds. Oh, great. I got my crummy birds. God. Oh. Oh, I'm still going to have to do this map again, too. That's the worst part. I got to go back here and do it on survival. And I think also on nightmare specifically. Up until wave 10 to get defense is the best offense, which will also get us legendary defender. But as you can see, I've actually already done that. There'll be a bit of a highlight montage in a moment, but yeah, I just did it on Ruthless or on Pure Strategy up until wave 25 because I was wondering, like, maybe you can get Transcendent Survivalist on Pure Strategy, but no, you can't. So that's unfortunate. I kind of wasted a lot of time, especially on Ramparts. God, I wasted a lot of time on Ramparts. But anyways, after that, we're also going to have to do a couple of other maps, namely Mistymire. We have to do survival on this map up until wave 25. Same with Moraggo, same with Aquinos, and for some weird ass reason, Talay Mining Complex. I don't really get why, but sure. The reason we have to do these up until wave 25 survival isn't for Transcendent Survivalist. It's actually just to get their pets, because those are the only pets we're missing. Oh, and also in the challenges tab, weirdest thing ever. I don't even know if I can find the challenge. Yeah, Presidential Battle Royale. Apparently the pets from here count for I've got monsters in my pocket, so I guess we'll be doing that. I don't even know if you can do this solo, to be honest, so we'll see. Anyways, onto the montage.
There's nothing.
Thank you, son.
I got, whatchamacallit. My game crashed. Okay, well, my game crashed the moment that I went to my tavern, but the last thing I needed for Legendary Defender was Pure Strategist. And I've done Pure Strategist. You need to do up to wave 10 on all the OG maps. I've done up to wave 26, pretty much, on all of them, with the exception of Glitterhelm. God, Glitterhelm. Jesus. It's just a big fucking map. That's really all there is to say about it. It's just a very large map. Well, this is a little bit strange, but despite the fact that I've done Pure Strategy on a lot of maps, and I know the quality only maxes out after wave 22 or 23 on most of them, but despite the fact that I've done so many maps, this is the very first time that I got an Ultimate Plus Plus. There's these boots over here. Wow, that is really good ability 2-piece. That's so many upgrades. Sure. Oh, by the way, my stash is full, so every time I see something I want to keep, I have to unequip my current piece of armor and then re-equip it. I know, it only just now hit me how fucking stupid that is. This is one of the very, very last pets that we need. Jinlet, I think it actually has some uses. I don't really know them off the... Whoa. interesting. I think it has some practical uses here and there, so I'll keep pretty much all of them. But as far as I'm concerned, the main thing I'm here for is what's-it-called, catch 'em all, and also I wanted to get to wave 25 for I don't know, man. Don't ask me why. Starting it off freaky style after the montage, I just want to see if I can do this solo because, like, you know, it would really suck if I couldn't. So I'm just gonna run around here killing all my alternate heroes up until I win. Oh my god, it's a 120 score limit and you only get 2 points per kill. Alright, I'm gonna be here for a while. Okay, last kill. Good job, Lenny. Amazing. We got the Democrat donkey. Wait, don't we have to get, like, the Republican elephant next? Oh, God. Don't tell me I have to do that again. Oh, I have to do it again. I gotta say that the stats on these are a little high, considering the fact that you could just do this at any point in... Like, you don't need gear for this. You just... It's fresh characters, boom. I mean, I guess it's not cursed, so it won't matter, but... Alright, give me my shit. Also, I'm gonna have to do this later again to unlock outfits, but I'm not worried about that. Republican elephant, look at that. Okay, time to do literally anything else. Given that the map of the week is Mistymire Forest, at least for the next 12 or however many hours, why not do that as the very first map that we do to get, well, not Transcendent Survivalist, because we don't need that, but functionally the same thing. We just need the pet, and the pet you get from wave 25. So, here's the rundown for the build. Pretty much every time that we can, we're going to spawn camp the enemies. There's kind of just no reason not to. This is the only spot where we're not going to spawn camp, because wyverns, sky ogres come from that direction, so this deals with that, and also regular enemies come from that direction, so it's kind of an all-in-one solution if we just do what we did here. The only other thing that I'll do is a stack of auras back here, because unfortunately, I don't really have a better solution to the wyverns and sky ogres from this direction. I guess if you had enough range on your towers, then you'd be fine, but I don't have faith in them. Everywhere else, though, we're going to place an ensnare aura fairly far back, and then a strength drain and an electric pretty much in the forwardmost spot that we can. Although, frankly speaking, I want to sell the electric auras for these spots at least, because given we're not on pure strategy, unless we're covering multiple spawns at once, the electric aura probably isn't going to be doing that much. In fact, same thing over here. The electric aura is probably not going to be doing that much at all. But for this spot here, definitely faux show, we do want an electric aura, because 2 spawns are being covered at once. And also, on top of that, I'm going to lower the size of my ensnares by like 2 chevrons, because otherwise they're just going to be way too big after they get buffed. Hell, 3 chevrons. Call it a day after that. Yeah, that should be fine. Now let's go onto our EV and place all of our buff beams and a couple of reflectors. Well, actually, do we need the reflectors? If we don't place any minion, or if we do place any minions, we won't need any reflectors, I don't think. So, you know, let's see if we can get away without using any reflectors. Buff beam over here. All the way up here. We're going to place our buff beam here in a very particular way. Very far forward as much as we can, like so. Basically, we're going to place all of our towers in the back there, and then we're going to place our forest golem in the front. And the same thing is going to be true over here. We're going to place all of our towers basically right at the start of the buff beam, and then a forest golem in the front. And then I'm also thinking a forest golem down here. Yeah, probably something along those lines. But otherwise, let's go ahead and swap to our hermit. I want to get the forest golems down first. I'm going to dump down this guy right here, just to... Actually, I don't really know what he's doing here. Maybe distracting spiders. Why not? And then over here, you could probably get away with just a forest golem, but I'm going to place down like a Wisden or something. And then up here, dump down the forest golem in the front, like so. And then the last 2 golems, one right here, and one just somewhere in the middle here. All that's left is deciding what exactly we're going to do tower-wise. And I'm thinking over here, even for like the spiders and everything else, just a single Wisden should be fine on its own. But everywhere else, it's going to be basically a shroom pit and some wisp dens, because I'm not creative enough to think of anything else. Why can't I place this up here? What? There we go. Shroom. Oh, I don't have. Do I not have my tower stacking script? Shroom pit, 2 wisp dens. That's good enough. I don't have enough mana. Okay. Well. Wow. Wow, that's impressive. Those guys weren't inside the weaken aura, so they just fucking pummeled down my my poor forest golem. Oh. Wait a minute, I just thought about it. I also don't need this electric aura. Now then, up here. Shroom pit, 2 wisp ends, because I am running low on DU. Given the fact that we are so low on DU, I actually can't place a, a shroom pit here. I just have to stick with the 1 wisp end. But, you know, just to make up for it, let's place down an Angry Blossom. Yes, the most powerful tower in the game. And lastly, let's place down the minions. Again, the minions just to distract the spiders, because, God, I hate the spiders. Just going to place down archers pretty much in random-ish spots. Over here, I'm going to place down an archer and some mages, because, yep. And lastly, up here, I'm just going to form a wall of archers in the back here, and place down a mage. And also a spider up here with a mage, because his place needs all the help it can get. Now that we're on wave 25, we got Come on. There we are. Oh yeah, you got 2, because map of the week. I don't think these guys are, like, anything to care about. That's cool, that one has 400 upgrades. I don't think that you really need these for anything. They drop an ultimate very frequently, as you can see, so that's cool, but I don't think they're particularly amazing as damage pets. Although they do have a cloud that, like, slows enemies down, which could be useful for, like, some really niche strategies, I guess. But as for this map, I'm just going to do one more wave, because honestly, I'm kind of having fun. Waves are going by in like a minute, and I'm getting a good amount of armor drops. Probably because it's map of the week, but either way, I'm having fun. I am not excited for Moraggo's survival. I'm going to tell you that right now. Oh my god! My phone just fell down. I hope it didn't break. Get me the fuck out of this map. Wow, ultimate. Very nice. Alright, down you, the rest of you go. Get me the fuck out of this map. I'm going to bed. God, I have missed Aquinos. God, I have missed this map. I know for a fact this is going to be, like, a breeze. Compared to the other 2 fucking slop maps that we've done so far. Oh, well, not the other 2. It's just Moraggo. Man, Moraggo had me so fucked up that I thought it was 2 maps. It was 2 maps worth of misery. Jesus. I only now am beginning to realize that Moraggo was actually just 1 map, and I'm kind of being a big baby. Anyways, I'm going to do something unique here a little bit. I'm going to lower the ensnare aura size here by just about 2, because I'm tired of the waves taking forever, because I'm fucking slowing down enemies in their spawn where they're invulnerable, so, you know. Alright, that's pretty much it for the auras. I mean, it's going to be more or less the exact same build that I did before, so I'm actually just going to fucking skip over. You know what? Hold on. Here's what I'll do. Look in, like, the top right of your screen. You'll see, like, the little info button. Click on that if you want to see the build. I'm pretty sure I can, like, timestamp or whatever one of my previous videos where I actually used a build. And then you could just go watch that to see, like, the build that I'm about to use here. Now, in case I haven't mentioned it, because I didn't, because I just forgot to, we're doing this map for the seahorse pet that you get on wave 25. And, man, I love farming the seahorse pet. It was so fun. Like, as a kid, I would farm the seahorse pet on, like, insane hardcore, because it had surprisingly good rates compared to Nightmare. Nightmare just kind of was dookie. Sure, you could get, like, higher end ones, but, I mean, other than that, it was always kind of a slop fest with the seahorses. It was But on Insane, you did the map like once or twice, and you reliably could get like a really good seahorse, all things considered. And it was very easy too, because I mean you're on Insane, right? And the seahorse itself, man, the seahorse is great. It's a very, very fun pet to use. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, fun fact about the seahorse. You might be wondering, what are the drop rates? You know, are you gonna go for an ultimate one? Because I want to go for ultimates on most every pet. This is going to be one of the very few exceptions where I'm not going to get an ultimate pet of this variety, because It's literally 1 in 9,000. Over 9,000, actually, to get a single seahorse. So yeah, in terms of going for a seahorse that is ultimate, no. No, it will not happen. At least not on purpose. It would be extremely cool if I could get one, by the way. Wow, shocking. Transcendent seahorses all around. And they don't even have that good upgrades. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not a fan of Talay Mining Complex. I've tried this map a couple of times, and every time I've tried it, it's been a pain in my ass. It's just too large of a map with just too many layers and too many crystals and not enough DU or build time. You really have to rush with your build time on wave 1, and I am not a fan of having to rush this much when it comes to the building. Especially for a map as massive and complex as this one. Seriously, this thing is fucking huge. You know, Lover's Paradise, maybe it's obnoxious to go around, sure, but at the very, very least, Lover's Paradise is a map that is not that big. You know, it's awful to move around, sure, but it's not that large, so you can get around it without that much worry. This map, loud red buzzer. This one is awful. There's a bunch of fans, and that's kind of like the main movement system in this, but they're janky as hell. They don't work properly half the time. Even that one, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to boost me on top, and I just barely made it there, and I think maybe that's because I jumped. This middle fan, the most obnoxious piece of shit, because half the time it'll boost you up properly. The other half the time, nope, congratulations, you're on the floor for the rest of your life. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't really get it. Anyways, the build is going to be something truly horrific, but it is a result of me giving up all hope for a good society and life. I just don't really know what to do, man. I gotta be real. It's just rough. The map is just really rough. As much as I don't want to admit it, this map kind of has me defeated morally. Mentally, I think is more accurate. Oh, yeah. And then this crystal is going to be a weird one, but I'm going to place my buffing really far forward. I don't like having to rush this much when building. Oh, that's great. I'm not a big fan of that. But unfortunately, it's not really a choice on this map. God forbid you get a good choice. Over here, I'm just going to pray that this works out. I'm going to dump down a cloud tower facing every direction. And then pretty much the same thing at every other crystal, honestly. Screw it. We have the DU and like not that much time anyways. So why not go overboard with the defense at the beginning? Plus, it's a good way to deal with the Sharkins. I'm sure this won't work out in the long run, but it'll work out in the short term. And that's, you know what, that's going to have to be enough for now. Because I do not have other choices. The Sharkins really are just an absolute pain. And I just don't know of a good way to deal with them. Over here, I'm just going to dump down 3 withstands on top of each other and call it a day. Pray that it's a good enough day to live. Now, you might notice I don't have that much mana. Yep. I can't place down Forest Ogres as I would like at many of the spots, so I'm just going to dump down... I'm going to dump one down up here, and then just make it towards the far back, and just pray. Pray that the Ogres don't get that far. And then I'll try to kind of babysit the other sets of towers, but honestly, I don't have high faith. Even with all the time and, you know, building as I did, I don't really have enough mana to place down everything I'd like. Even if I could place down an extra Forest Golem or 2, it would still be pretty rough. So I'm just going to chase down the Ogres, because screw these guys, and then hope that these Sharkins don't become too much of a problem, because they are absolutely going to be too much of a problem. Seriously, the Sharkins are awful. One of the only ideas that I have for this map, as awful as it sounds, truly, is I'm just thinking, like, place down DPS heroes at every crystal, you know? Which is terrible, and I really don't want to have to do that, but I just can't think of a very good solution otherwise. That's the problem. I have to place back my towers, like, really far back. I have to place them really far back, because if I don't do that, we're going to encounter a terrible, terrible situation known as Sharkins just ignore gas traps. I tried placing down gas traps on this map, because, you know, Sharkins, right? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Why did my Wistas get destroyed? Oh, Sharkin, of course. What happens is that the, what's we call it? Words. The Sharkins, they'll just see the gas traps and they'll decide, yeah, you know what? I'm going to ignore that. Oh, look, the conveyor belt fan did not work out. How surprising. They'll just ignore the gas trap and they'll just go straight for your crystal. And what can you do about it? You can cry. You can cry a river of tears. But is there anything more than that? Not really. You can't really do very much. What's going on over here? Why is this guy taking so long to die? Oh. Wow, our DPS is awful. I'm just gonna watch this happen. I'm losing it, man. I mean, up here everything's fine, but that might be because I was babying this area. Alright, speaking of babying, that one area where the Westlands got taken down, let's go a little overboard. Is it? It's underneath us. God, this map is awful. Let's go overboard here. Let's go ahead and place down, like, as close to the crystal and just pray that things work out. A shroom pit, 3 West Ends, and then, like, I mean, I honestly, that might just be it for what we can do at the moment, but let's pray that it works out. Hell, you know what? Screw it. Let's dump down a cloud tower facing forward. I'm not taking any risks. I know for a fact what other things I should do is place down a shroom pit tower at each area, because we need some better AoE. I should also not have just cloud towers, as we learned, but I don't really know how to position these otherwise. So I'm just going to hope that this works out. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Gonna have to sell that in a second. God, this map sucks. What other areas are there left? The top area I honestly don't have much worries about. Every other area though, big worry. Yeah, I don't think I should need any big towers up here. I think this area will be fine on its own. What's this guy spec'd for? Damage? Wow, that's awful range. Jesus. Oh. You know what? That would explain things. I should swap this guy's pet out. I will swap it out later. I'm just lazy right now. Doo-doo-doo. I had dialogue for this map. Actually, I had a lot of things to say about this map a while ago, but I just can't right now. Like, the map pisses me off. I remember, like, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, this is going to be weird recording-wise, but, like, I haven't recorded Quest for Completion in a long time. I recorded a little bit, and I just couldn't finish this map. Okay, you know what? Goodbye, child. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Screw it. What was I saying? A week ago, something about recording. I don't know, man. This map has defeated me. Mentally, emotionally, physically. It is terrible. By the way, it's pretty cool that a lot of the maps where it's ruthless difficulty and, you know, all the new difficulty, basically, a lot of these maps actually don't have any cheated records, or at least as far as I'm aware, any cheated records, which is pretty neat, because there's a lot of cheated records out there. Where be the ogres? Goodbye. Ogre 1, Ogre 2. I will use your mana to fuel upgrading the buff beam set of towers over here. God knows it needs the help. I guess I could do... what is it called? I guess I could do that thing with the towers, where they're, like, kind of useful. I don't remember what I was saying. I could place down web walls, maybe. That might be an idea. Yeah, well, this area is maxed out. I'm just going to upgrade the auras once or twice and call it a day. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, whatever. We're up here now. How much damage do these big guys do? 3 million? That's not a lot. I was hoping they deal 8 trillion times that damage. I'm very concerned for the final wave here. At the same time, I'm also surprised that these waves are going by as smoothly as they are, but who knows how long that'll last. I think minion walls might actually be the move here, just to fucking get the ogres off my back. Yeah, you know what? I really didn't want to have to do this, but I am going to have to. I'm placing down minion walls. Like, it's necessary. As god-awful as it feels to place down minion walls, I have to do it. Alright, they need to be inside the weakened auras, though, so... I guess the spider minions are going to be worthwhile. It's just not going to be enough DU, I don't think, for these to, like, be complete minion walls in every area. So I'm kind of staggering these out here and there. At least a little bit. And at the very least, they might distract the Sharkins coming in. This front area, I can't do a minion wall, so I'm just going to do a spider back here and pray that that does the job or distracts something. I don't know. God, this map is such a mindfuck. Jesus Christ. Over here, another situation of spiders and prey. At the very least, the build times are fairly generous for past the first wave. There's a couple of maps in the game where, you know, wave 1, you get all the build time, and then every other wave, just god-awful bullshit. This one, at the very least, the one thing I can say positively about it, you do have... Where's my towers? You do have a decent amount of time to build. That is fairly nice. It's certainly not negative, I'll say that much. I should learn the pathing of the ogres, though. I'll say that. That's the one thing I should definitely learn. Is I feel like I don't need to do as many minion walls, and I can prioritize my defenses better if I know where the ogres are coming from. But I'm just kind of lazy and I don't want to learn. But I should. And the best part is, of course, I have to do minion walls because there's not really a choice. It's either minion walls or Sharkins go through everything. And I think there's one set of towers over here that doesn't even have minion walls at all, so I guess I'll have to babysit that area. I don't really know, man. Honestly, I might just set up like 4 heroes with DPS pets on every crystal and just pray that it's enough, because I don't have any other ideas right now. Alright, this was genuinely awful. I hate this map with a passion. It is the worst thing to do during the campaign. I imagine the survival will be not nearly as god-awful, but who knows, you know, it could surprise me. I've been surprised before. I could be surprised again. Get out of here, Stinky. You get some, like, unique accessories from here, at least. Yeah. Stone thrower spear. Oh, no, you do get weapon-specific boards. God damn it. Okay, so this is, I'm pretty sure, the Madness Boulder Thrower. Like, just, that's what it is. But, we already have that, so we don't really care about that. I mean, I'll keep one, though. That's because, you know, we want to collect things. Another one of them. Decent tower stats, honestly. Why am I getting so many of these gloves? These gloves are awful. Sword of Masters. If I remember correctly, this has, like, some effect where you can shoot a projectile with it. And 2 accessories per hero. All of which were god-awful. That's impressive. Oh yeah, here's an extra fun one. The best skin for your summoner, because, I mean, it can't attack anyways, is the Demoness, because it moves faster. And also, I think it just looks cooler. I've been looking to unlock this for a long while, and I'm happy that we finally have. But I will admit, I definitely took too long to unlock this. I should have gotten it way, way long ago. But I mean, look at that. It looks really nice with the accessories and the color set that I have going. Very, very cool. Alright, let's do the survival of Talay Mining Complex, and it is actually 1,000 times easier than the campaign. By the way, you might notice, I'm on wave 32. I tried this, I had a build, and I got up to wave 34. And I didn't fail the build because I, like, you know, it was a bad build. I mean, it was a bad build, but not because it was a bad build. That's not why I failed. It's because my game just crashed. I was editing my previous video, whatever I was working on, in DaVinci Resolve. And then I see the bottom right of my screen. I see the Dungeon Defenders icon just whoop, disappears. And that's how I know the game crashed. So that sucked. I mean, crashing on wave 34 is really awful. The wave 32 would have been fine, because I can just, you know, start here, but it is what it is. It's no big deal. It's just kind of annoying. The map is, I don't know. I thought it'd be a lot harder than it was, but it really is just like a campaign thing. Like, the campaign, the build time, that's really the biggest killer. Everything else is just kind of chill. Although, I will say... Wait, Thales is the #1 hero? Wow. Fun fact, Thales is like one of the dev team or something like that. I don't know. My only knowledge of Thales is that he banned me in the Discord server a while ago. Anyways, yeah, the map is not that hard. The build is going to be fairly janky, but, like, I mean, it works. The basic idea behind the build is we have enemies coming in, so let's just, like, not let them attack us. It's going to be kind of stupid at points, such as this one, but, I mean, it works. So, like, that's all I really care about. The reflections, it's basically 2 reflections of buff beam and every crystal. Nothing major. You just need to make sure that you either have some DPS heroes, or, I mean, late game, it's more important to have a booster summoner of some kind. And I'm going to tell you right now, this build is, like, stupid. No, this is, like, unironically, maybe my worst build of all time. It's up there for sure. Because the way that I deal with the enemies isn't, like, you know, how you would normally deal with the enemies by doing something sensible. No. The way I deal with them, just pray that they die before they get to you. Because this aura stack right here, I just kind of stoopy mode it, like really dumb mode it, and I make it massive, which both makes it cover this spawn point, which is bad, and also the area up here, which is bad because there's no electric aura in there. But whatever, I mean, it works. I don't really want to farm this map that much. I just want to see what the end of map reward is because I have heard some things about it and I would like to see it. But I know words. I know for a fact it's nothing crazy. Oh yeah, I heard something about this crystal. Apparently no enemies path from this direction over here. Or something like that. So I think I can just sell one of these reflectors. I mean, I guess I can't fully, but I can do something like this and make the reflectors better. When are they going to implement tower stacking into the game by default? I'm tired of having to open up my script every single time. Now up here, I feel like there's something about the way that enemies path. Maybe they don't come from over here, or maybe no ogres come from that path, or something like that, but honestly, I'm too lazy. But the basic build is a shroom pit and 3 west ends at each crystal. That's kind of it. Like, for the most part, that's it, actually. I should clarify. Over here, I definitely placed my towers a little bit wrong, because you want to place them a little bit farther to the right. But essentially, on this spot, you want to be able to have a tower that sees down this area. Otherwise, enemies just clog up like crazy, like an insane amount. Although, now that I think about it, maybe you could solve that by having a cloud tower down there. Because cloud towers have really far range. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? But yeah, otherwise, enemies will clog up around this fan a ton, and it sucks big balls. But you want to make sure that whatever towers you're placing over here, they're able to see really far, like, over to the right side. Because skycopters and regular ogres, mainly the skycopters. Oh, come on. God, I hate the fan system on this map. It's so obnoxious. Alright, now then. Over here, on the lower end, we're going to place down a couple things. Cloud tower, 3 west ends. There we go. Now I want to make sure I have this thing facing towards where these guys are over here. Because otherwise, it'll be pointless. I don't know that it can see this high up. But I think it can, so why not, right? Now we just have one area of towers left, which is right over... God damn it. This is the problem with the fans on this map. They just don't work half the time. They need to give you some, like, horizontal momentum or some shit. I don't know. Alright, and then over here, pretty much as far back as I can make these, honestly. I'm just going to place down the shroom pit and 3 west ends. Now you might notice we have 4 DU left over. You could do whatever you want with this 4 DU, because, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do with it. Well, I guess it does matter. I mean, it depends on your stats. But for me, it doesn't matter that much. But what I personally like to do is just dump down a couple of web walls. Basically, I'm just going to dump these down wherever I think the towers are going to have issues. So, like, over here, might have some issues. I've seen ogres come from that path. Yeah, no, down here for sure. I want to have a web wall, something like that. I should place these farther back, admittedly. But I'm not gonna. But I should. I totally should. So that's pretty much it for the entire build. You could, and in fact, you probably should place down some minions, at least spider minions here and there, but I'm fine with this as it is. Now, I'm actually not sure we can get past this first wave without any issues, but I'm just going to hope that we can, because if we can't, that sucks. I don't have to retry it, but if we can, hell yeah. Maybe because of the placement of the towers or some other reason, but during the survival, the Sharkins really aren't that much of an issue compared to how they were in the campaign. Oh, by the way, down here, for sure, you want to make this aura stack maxed out. It takes a massive beating. That's the problem with this build that I have, is the aura stack down there, it will go down. If you don't repair it during the wave, it will go down. Also, the waves are kind of slow. The Dungeon Defender, that's the name. Dungeon Defender has a build for this map that, like, is good. I would recommend following that build. But it's a pure strategy build, and it requires setting up an Adept builder and a Guardian builder. And I'm too lazy for that. By the way, why are there constant crystal noises to my left and right? Is it because of the stuff on the walls? I mean, it's kind of cool, but my ears are getting blasted out, and I'm not really a fan of that. Oh, by the way, I should clarify something. The only reason we're doing the survival here, like, at all, is because the end of map reward, or no, the wave 30 reward is the pet rock, and you just need a pet rock. That's literally it. You just need one, and we don't have one. Now, I could have done this on Nightmare, but, I mean, Ruthless is faster, so, like, why not do it on Ruthless? That's basically what it came down to for me. I could have done it on a lower difficulty, but there's no reason to do so. Oh, I should probably tell you guys what the pet rock does, because it's a unique pet. It gives you, like, negative movement speed, like, a lot of negative movement speed, a crazy amount. And then it has, like, really high stat rolls, but not really. It's quad 600 is the highest it'll get, but, I mean, that's it. And you just need it for monsters in your pocket. That's the only reason we're on this map to begin with. I'm sure I've said that like 50 times already, but whatever. I have no idea what damage this set of towers, but I'm sure it will not be an issue in the future. Oh my god. Like, actually, Adolf. What? Alright, main character, I always have it as job application. I don't set him up here. I set him up all the way down here. I really do need to upgrade my gear to a set of ultimate, like, plus or ultimates, just in general. But right now, I think a couple of my characters are rocking a couple of Supremes. Anyways, I'm going to place this character, like, into this stack of towers right here. And then we're just going to place the other summoners, all three of them, on each of the other stacks of towers, and just kind of pray for the best. I do want to make sure that they have some amount of mana, because repairing towers and auras more importantly. But frankly speaking, most of these areas shouldn't have that much of a problem with auras or towers going down. It's just this main area over here. By the way, you might be wondering, did I respec Lenny to be like an actual summoner that has decent stats for Summoner Guardians? No. Funnily enough, I guess she just happened to have the stats for it. But, I mean, Lenny has full Trance and even a mythical helmet. Like, I have ignored this character for forever. And I'm not planning on changing that now. I don't really care about Lenny. I gotta be real. Lenny, I'm lazy. Anyways, I'm just gonna Control G. Sometime during the wave, you gotta start repairing this set of auras. But other than that, I mean, it's fairly chill. Frankly speaking, I don't think this is a wise move. But, like, man, I need to have survivability over here. I can't have my characters dying constantly. You know what? I might also place down a couple of minions. Make, like, minion walls or something here and there. Okay, now, if the ogres can get past this and still damage my towers, I don't know what the hell to do, man. This is already pretty damn overkill. So if they can get past that, I forfeit. Well, there was literally no reason to do any of this, but I am just about finished with the survival, once these ogres that are above me die. I'll open all the chests for fun. Oh crap, I didn't clear my inventory before this. Oh, my inventory is going to be a complete mess. Oh, gross. So you get the golden rock as your end of map reward, which I think it's just like a rock that can go, yeah, up to 800 in any of its stats. Before I move on to the actual Transcendent Survivalist part of the video, which I was supposed to do like ages ago, I should clarify, I'm pretty sure there's no reason to do these maps on Ruthless. Like, you don't unlock Transcendent Survivals from Ruthless, you only unlock it from Nightmare. But I don't know if anyone's tested that out, so I want to test it out. Same thing as I did for Pure Strategy. And also at the same time, Ruthless is probably way, way faster to do than Pure Strategy. So, like, there's that reason as well. This is a really weird one because, I mean, we're doing this on survival and we're getting weapon rewards, but I got an ultimate plus armor. It's not that great. I think for a warden this is great, or not warden, guardian. I think for guardian this is a really good armor piece because it has really high HP. Is it surprising when I say I'm really excited for this map? Because I'm really excited for this map. It's just going to be the same thing I did for Pure Strategy, except like 1,000 times easier because we have 150 DU for functionally like 1 crystal. My game crashed, and I tried another build, and it didn't work. So I'm going to try one final build. And if this doesn't work, I'll be sad. What the fuck am I doing? I'm in like a gingerbread house. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Leave my tower alone. I actually just used the knockback feature. You know how weird that is? The fucking Sharkins are getting to... Oh my god, we're in really interesting times, huh? How washed am I? You know, I've just been thinking about this. I'm washed as hell. The fucking the summit, and I nearly lost. Oh my god. Third time's the charm on summit. Something's wrong with you, man. Something's off. I got like... I don't even know what I could describe it as. I've lost all my skill. I haven't even, like... Maybe I've looked at too much green outside my house and my brain confused it for grass and went into, like, you know, life-living mode. Now that we're done with the summit, something's been bugging me for a while, which is monsters in my pocket. Because why don't I have monsters in my pocket? As far as I'm aware, all I was missing was the Democratic Donkey, the Coal Pet, like a few things, right? But I have all the original campaign pets, and I have all the Lost Eternia Shard pets. So what am I missing? Maybe it's because I need to have them all in my inventory, like storage at the same time, and equipped characters and floor and all that doesn't count. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, we're on to our... Does Transcendent Survivalists require... Oh god, it definitely does. We need to do fucking City in the Cliffs. Okay, penultimate. We're on to our penultimate map, which is... fucking... the summit. Or no, Glitterhelm Caverns. Jesus Christ. What do I even do for this map, honestly? Like, genuinely, I have no idea what the build is for this. There's a few things that I have in mind, like, don't get me wrong. I have a couple of ideas, but nothing particularly great. I'll tell you that right now. I think one thing I can do is, because my auras are going to be massive either way, I can place some out here and do a funky build, maybe. Because I know over here is where Goblin Copters come from. Ah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to be lazy. I'm just going to do a very, very basic build and then pray that it works out. At the very least, there's only 4 crystals, so I can just have each of my guys tower stacking at each crystal. And... hope that that works out. Frankly speaking, I don't know that I can do much more than hope. Much more than hope, but... we'll have to see. I don't think enemies pass through here. I think that's a nice silver lining there. This aura definitely needs to go down like 3 chevrons. Like at 4 in size, otherwise it's going to be way too big. Oh my god, we have a lot of mana on this map. I forgot. This map is actually like very generous with its mana, which is so nice. So over here, I'm thinking just like... Down here, it's not actually a very tough decision. Just probably like as far back as I can like that. Wow, we are nearly only 100 DU left for a couple of these crystals. Maybe I can't place down forest golems. Man, this is the problem with the map. It's just there's too much going on. Too much. Too much. And I don't know that this is going to work out, because it might aggro from this direction, but... Alright, so there's a few areas where I know for a fact, like, I'm gonna want to place down forest golems. One is absolutely, like, over here. This area is going to take a pummeling. It's going to be weird, but I want to place one farther back. I don't want to place one farther back, but I should have placed that buff beam farther forward, so I'm just compensating. Do you think I can get away with just not having one here? As far back as we can make this one. Screw it. Let's just place down a shroom pit and then a couple of West Ends. Frankly speaking, that might be too many West Ends. The DU just does not feel great on a map where you truly have to deal with the fact that there's fucking nothing. It's pretty bad. I also don't have enough mana to place down everything on round 1, but I'm thinking that'll be fine. This area I actually had planned out from the very beginning to just dump down 2 cloud towers in. Well, something like this, I think. Well, for the moment, just for a hot second, that'll have to do. Although I should definitely have gotten more health on this character, but whatever. So I know for a fact I want to have a cloud tower facing straight backwards here. Like, that is undeniably something I want. And other than that, I don't know. I can't really think of anything that I would really be keen on. I don't want a Shroom Pit Tower here, because that would just ruin things. Yeah, you know what? Let's just... Hell, I don't know if I can get away with a... I want to place down a Wisten here, but I don't think I can get away with it, because it might be able to see over there and damage ogres from that direction. So I'll just do 2 Cloud Towers facing down there. Oh, I just remembered. I actually don't want to have any Shroom Pits over here. Alright, well that'll have to do. I'll place down a couple of reflectors as kind of an emergency contingency thingamabob. But other than that, it's gonna have to do. Granted, I could place down minions, but like, dude, minions are so bad. It'd be cool if minions were actually useful for something beyond just walls, you know, imagine. But no. Over here, the reason I'm placing down these reflections isn't because of the Ogre Spitballs. I mean, it is partially. But it's primarily because of the fact that I'm afraid of... I am not even a little bit afraid. I'm very afraid of spiders. I know for a fact that these Wistens have stupid-ass targeting, and they're never going to target the right enemies. If I, which is to say, they're not going to target the spiders that are about to destroy them, and also the entire run. So I have to do some weird stuff here. Alright, well, other than that, I think everything should be fine. Just gotta upgrade all the buff beams to maximum and call it a day. Frankly speaking, though, I bet you I can just go onto my, like, summoners and whatnot, and just, you know, place them at each area, upgrade each buff beam, and call it a day. I'm more than confident that some, if not many, of these auras will be overlapping with enemy spawn points, but... eh. Oh, we're on wave 20... Whoa. I stopped paying attention completely. I was just looking at the gear on the ground, and I didn't realize we're already on wave 25. Huh. Well, I gotta say, Glitterhelm Caverns went by, like, really fast. I don't think we can dig through... I don't think we can get through the entirety of the survival, but, like, it was surprisingly easy. Now, I know at the end of the day, it's surprisingly easy because all the enemies are split up between their spawns, but it's like, weakest chain breaks the link. And the problem with this map is, like, what's the weakest chain? Fucking complete RNG. If you get unlucky enough, all 9 ogres can just spawn from the same area, and you're probably boned. But, I mean, assuming you can handle that, not too bad. Definitely not too bad. I was very surprised by this map. No idea what to expect from this map. Not even, like, the slightest amount of an idea. I do have a... would I call it a good build? No, but I have an idea for a build in mind. Because we can kind of just deal with the choke points and not so much the enemies that come from those choke points. come from choke. I am a grown adult. Oh god. Alright, so here's a rundown. Basically an ore stack at pretty much every crystal. This crystal right here... So here's the problem, right? Up here, I want to be able to place towers up here. But I don't think I can place towers, because there's no way to get up there. And even if there was, I don't think there's any way to place towers up here. Is there a way to get up here? But if I could, I would want to place my Ensnare Aura up here, because, you know, Ensnare. But I don't want to place it down here, because it's fucking too big. Right? It's overlapped with spawn area. Not so good. So I don't know what to do over there. Not quite. But everywhere else, I mean, like... This is one of the major choke points on the map, right? So... I can probably just treat this area as that crystal's major DPS dealing section thing. I don't really know. I'm going to still place an Ensnare and an Electric and give this place a buff beam, but... Other than that, I can't really think of anything good to do over there that would make sense. It's mainly just because the Ensnare Aura would fuck over this spawn. I really don't know. I'm not entirely sure how to feel about this. So I'm just going to do the best with what I have. I'm definitely going overboard on the reflectors. I can say that for a fact. The reflectors I'm definitely going a little overboard on, but it's fine, probably. I don't know how the spider situation is at this crystal, but if there's not too many spiders at the crystal, I might be able to get away with, like, either a bajillion archer minions, which would be funny, and I kind of want to do that. Or alternatively, I could probably, maybe, get away with placing down a, what was it called? I could probably get away with placing down just like a single list end there and calling it a day. Again, I'm really not sure on what to do there. But for the moment, I'm going to dump down a Shroom Pit at pretty much every major crystal, because Shroom Pit, good. And then over here, I can't place down a Shroom Pit, so I don't know, screw it, list 10. I'll probably sell that later, or do something else with it, but for the moment, that'll do fine. 2 Shroom Pits, or a Shroom Pit, 2 Wisp Ends, and that's it at each crystal. That should probably do just fine. This area might want some more, but we'll see. Shroom Pit, 2 Wisp Ends. We do have a bit of leftover DU. But honestly, I kind of don't want to place any extra towers at most of these areas. So I'll probably just dump a Forest Golem here and pray for the best. The only other thing I can think of that I might want to do is like, I don't know, this. That's it. Ginlets. And also Transcendent Survivals should now be done. I'm pretty sure that's every one of the required maps. This one was a bit weirder than I expected. I had to place down a bunch of minions at a variety of spots. I mean, I guess I'll do an overview, like drone shot, like, I think Obama would probably approve of this, or Ukraine. Anyways, surprisingly difficult. It was really easy at the start, and then I got really rough, and then after that, I mean, I don't know. It'll probably be a bit rough later on, but definitely my build was ass. This spot right here was great, because constantly I would have Goblin Copters. They would get killed directly over this spot, and then they would just fucking crash and jihad all of my towers. But I healed through it, and that was fine. This area was no issue at all. I don't know why I was worried. This area was issue, but mainly because the Strength Drain aura kept going down. And that's it. Dude, I got fucking scammed by... So like, what I want to figure out the... Something healed the crystal for 5 HP. Easy. Can I just do wave 25 immediately on this map? It says reach and attempt wave 25. This is an attempt, technically. Do I get cooler? Oh! Let's go! Oh, you also get a skin for your Series EV. It's not a good one, but you get one. Now, let me see. Do I have the right mental idea for where this trophy is? There it is. Yeah, okay. This is where I thought it would belong. And now all we need, the only achievement left to get, is I've got monsters in my pocket, which I think I just need to have like everything in my inventory or something. I'm not entirely sure. But I'll make a folder called like monsters, and I'll just put everything in there that's necessary, you know, going from first thing to the last thing. It's probably somewhere on the ground here too. I mean, undoubtedly, right? Oh, here it is. Oh! There we go! I've got monsters in my pocket, an ultimate defender. And that is pretty much it for this episode. We have ultimate defender. We've unlocked this area. My inventory, even if it wasn't before, is a complete fucking mess that I need to deal with. And the entire time, I was not going to get True Boss Rush, which was my plan for the episode. I wanted to get True Boss Rush, get like 1 or 2 attempts in or something, because I wanted to get this, the XP Orbs, level a hero to 100, instead of just leveling our heroes normally, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's really going to be an option. But at least I can like customize my tavern now. I don't know that I'll keep the Valentine's look. I tried the Aquinos one out. A bit FPS heavy, lack of FPS specifically, but pretty neat. I'll probably mess around with the tavern themes later on, but for the moment, I hope you all have enjoyed the Quest for Completion Ultimate Defender Saga arc thing where I went through all the bullshit. It took a while. It wasn't exactly the most enjoyable at certain parts, particularly Transcendent Survivalist, but we got through it. You know, we got through it. I need to clear my inventory, my storage stuff like this. Good Jesus Christ. This needs to be dealt with. I need to put the items in their appropriate spots. And once I'm done with that, then next episode will begin, recording-wise. I'm planning on doing Nightmare. I'm just going to rush through basically everything here. All of these maps on Nightmare Hardcore. Probably just on Ruthless to save myself some time. All the ones that I haven't done, at least. But that's for next episode. For this episode, I hope you all have enjoyed. Let me go ahead and just get lost in the soup here. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.